Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the world of croissants. You think you know your pastries, yeah? You think you can spot a good croissant a mile away? Well, get ready to have your mind blown, because we're about to reveal 5 delicious facts about croissants you probably didn't know. We'll be separating the culinary legends from the soggy, undercooked excuses for pastries. So, put down those store-bought abominations and get ready to learn something. By the end of this video, you'll be a croissant connoisseur, ready to impress your friends and silence those pompous pastry chefs. Let's get started, shall we? You call yourself a foodie and you didn't know this? Croissants, those buttery, flaky emblems of French baking, didn't even originate in France. That's right, you heard me correctly. The croissant, as we know it, actually traces its roots back to Austria. They called it the Kipferl, a dense, crescent-shaped pastry that dates back to at least the 13th century. That's older than your grandmother's antique china. It wasn't until the 17th century that the croissant made its way to France, thanks to an Austrian baker named Auguste Zang. He opened a Viennese bakery in Paris, introducing the French to the wonders of the Kipferl. The French, being the culinary geniuses they are, took this Austrian pastry and frankly made it better. They refined the recipe, adding layers upon layers of buttery, flaky goodness, creating the modern croissant we know and love today. The name croissant actually means crescent in French, referring to its iconic curved shape. But don't let the name fool you. This pastry is anything but simple. A true croissant takes time, skill, and a whole lot of butter to perfect. It's a labor of love, something those factory-produced imitations will never understand. Now, let's talk about the heart of a croissant, those heavenly flaky layers. It's not just about the butter, it's about the technique. The secret lies in lamination, folding dough and butter, creating hundreds of thin layers. A perfect croissant has at least 27 layers. It takes hours of careful work, chilling the dough between each fold. And don't even get me started on the butter. Pure, high-quality butter is essential. The butter gives the croissant its rich flavour, and of course the yeast. It makes the dough rise, adding to the croissant's texture. Without yeast, you're left with a dense brick, not what we're going for. Mastering croissant making is a true test of skill. It requires precision, patience and passion. A perfect croissant is a testament to the artistry of baking. Now you might think that France has a monopoly on croissants, but you'd be wrong. While they may have perfected the classic croissant, variations of this beloved pastry can be found all over the world. In France alone, you'll find 2 main types of croissant: the croissant ordinaire, made with, God forbid, margarine, and the croissant au beurre, made with, you guessed it, pure butter. And then there's the pain au chocolat, often mistaken for a croissant, but let's be clear, it's a completely different beast. Sure, it's made with the same dough, but it's filled with rich, decadent chocolate. Venture beyond France, and you'll discover a whole world of croissant variations. Italy has its cornetto, a sweeter and softer take on the classic. Spain deep fries its croissants and drowns them in sugar, creating a crispy, sugary delight. Some croissants are filled with almond paste, becoming decadent croissant aux amandes. Turkey has its own version, the aikoregi, flavoured with chocolate or tahini. And for those who prefer savoury over sweet, croissants can be filled with cheese, ham, or even eggs. The possibilities are endless. The humble croissant has transcended borders and cultures, becoming a global pastry phenomenon. We've talked about the history, the technique, the global variations, but now let's talk about extravagance. Believe it or not, there's a croissant out there that costs a whopping $1,000. This culinary masterpiece, crafted in London, was made with the rarest French butter, delicate flakes of gold leaf, and the finest Tahitian vanilla. Can you imagine the audacity? And it's not just this one outrageous example. High-end bakeries around the world are incorporating luxurious ingredients and elaborate decorations into their croissants. We're talking 24-carat gold flakes, gourmet fillings, and presentations fit for royalty. It's a far cry from the humble origins of the croissant, but it goes to show you just how far this pastry has come. Once considered a luxury food, enjoyed only by the elite, croissants have become a staple for many, with millions produced and consumed every single day. But let's not forget, the true measure of a good croissant isn't about the price tag or the fancy ingredients. It's about the quality of the ingredients, the skill of the baker, and the sheer, unadulterated pleasure it brings to your taste buds. All right, you lot, time for a little croissant trivia. Did you know that croissants are traditionally eaten plain? Of course, you can add a dollop of jam, a smear of Nutella, or even some ham and cheese, but a true croissant needs no embellishment. Speaking of going above and beyond, croissants have even made it to outer space. That's right, astronauts have enjoyed vacuum-sealed croissants on their missions. Talk about reaching for the stars. Back on Earth, the French debate the proper shape of a croissant, curved or straight. Apparently straight croissants are made with pure butter, while curved ones might sneak in some margarine. The scandal. And who could forget the killer croissant incident of 2013? Residents in Poland were thrown into a panic when they mistook a hanging croissant for a dangerous animal. It just goes to show you croissants can be pretty alarming, especially when they're not on a plate. But in all seriousness, croissants hold a special place in many cultures. Bakeries around the world start baking at the crack of dawn, ensuring fresh croissants are ready for the morning rush. And in case you need another reason to indulge, January 30th marks National Croissant Day, a day dedicated to celebrating this beloved pastry. So, there you have it. 5 delicious facts about croissants that will have you looking at this pastry in a whole new light. You've learned about its humble origins, the artistry of its creation, and the surprising variations found around the world. Remember, a good croissant is a thing of beauty, a testament to the skill and passion of the baker. So next time you're faced with a croissant, don't just scarf it down. Take a moment to appreciate the flaky layers, the buttery aroma, the perfect golden brown crust. And if you're lucky enough to find yourself in a bakery with freshly baked croissants, do yourself a favour and order one or two, or maybe just the whole tray. You deserve it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these croissant facts, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more delicious content. See you next time.